Hi, my name is Frank the Loser, and my goal is simple. I want to max my hardcore Ironman account. The catch is that my progress is completely controlled by a spreadsheet. I have taken the spreadsheet designed by Tedious and modified it. His was designed around the collection log, while mine is designed around maxing my account and obtaining upgrades to my account. I have provided a link to the spreadsheet below in the description. Simply make a copy and get grinding. Also, if you have any suggestions regarding the spreadsheet or the tasks on it, leave them in the comments below. First, I should explain how the spreadsheet works. The spreadsheet consists of tiers of tasks ranging from easy to God. Currently, I have only worked and redone the easy, medium, hard, and elite tiers, with the elite tier being the end goal for this account of maxing. In each tier, there are basically two types of tasks. There are tasks telling us to do specific grinds or obtain specific items, and there are tasks that let us kind of choose what we're doing, sort of. Like, for example, level up one skill by 10 lets us choose which skill we would like to level up. Or I believe there's on here, right here. Get 5 quest points. We get to choose what quests we'd like to do that we find the most necessary to complete at that time for the account. If we go back to the main menu, the dashboard, how this works is we'll press generate task and it'll run a script and it will choose a task at random from the tier we are currently on, starting with easy. And it'll be our current task, and once we complete that task, we'll press complete task, and it will mark an X in this completed column, and it will not choose it again, and it will update this percentage of how many tasks we have completed in that tier, and after we've completed 100%, it'll move on to the next tier, and so on until we've completed the elite tier. If we do ever get to the point where we max the account and have all the necessary items in the elite tier, the account will probably be more focused on pets and raids, but that's a long way in the future. Right now, we should just focus on trying to complete this easy tier. With that being said, I think we're ready to generate our first task and see what we'll be doing. Kind of nervous. Get one piece of graceful equipment. That is a great task. That is going to help us so much when we get to questing and just moving around the map in general. That is really awesome. We are fresh off Tutorial Island. I have just obtained the Hardcore Ironman armor set, and I have put it in the bank. I've put everything else in the bank as well. But before we get started with our task, I just wanted to explain some rules that go along with the series. First off, we will only be allowed to work towards our current task. We will not be allowed to work or progress towards other tasks. The only exception to this will be farming. We will be passively doing farm runs throughout the account, regardless of what our task is. I am also not going to be super strict with what counts towards our task. What I mean by that is if we are able to do something minor to make our grind for our task more efficient or a little easier or less time consuming, I will be doing that. Our goal is to max, so every little bit helps. I think a perfect example of what I'm talking about is getting to the Tree Gnome Stronghold, which is where we need to start agility, is all the way over here. And what would make our lives a lot easier is if we were able to take this boat right here to Ardoin. And to do that, we need 30 gold. So we will need to pickpocket men or women for 30 gold. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, and this would be completely allowed within our rules. Something that would not be allowed is the completion of like another task to make one task easier. So if you have any questions or comments about the rules or any suggestions about the rules, just leave them in the comments below and I can make adjustments. Well, I've thieved my 30 gold, and we are 3 XP short of getting the first level on the account. But that's okay, we'll head to the Tree Gnome Stronghold now and start agility. We are here at the boat to take us to our dome, but I just realized we unlocked the greatest song in RuneScape, Sea Shanty 2. We are finally here, so let's get started. We finally have 10 agility, so we can head over to the trainer course and finally start earning some marks of grace. And this will be 20 agility right here. Oops. And that will unlock the Alcarid rooftop course. Let's get over there and get cracking. I just got my first genie random event, and I'm not really sure what to do with it. I haven't really decided yet what the rules are going to be around random events. I'm going to think on it a little bit, and later in the video I'll address it. We have finally collected our 30 marks of grace, which is the minimum amount needed to purchase a piece of graceful equipment. As you can see by my inventory, I did do a couple random events and got lucky with 5 rubies. Let's head to the Rogue's Den. Here we are at the Rogue's Den with our 30 marks of grace, and we are about to complete our first task. We're going to buy the gloves. Yep, 30 marks of grace. And voila, we have our first piece of graceful. Very nice, very nice. And I have decided what we're going to do with the lamps. I'm just going to sit on it until one of two things happens. It gets in the way of my inventory space and I'll just drop it at that point. Or we get a task where I can directly apply to that. A task such as this where any kind of XP in a skill is not going to go towards our task. I'm not going to use it. So yeah, we'll see if our next task I can use it on that. Alright, here we are back on the spreadsheet. Let's complete this task. And we have 1% of the easy tier done. Let's go ahead and generate our next task and see what we'll be doing. Level up 1 skill by 10. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do yet. I'll come back when I figure out which skill we're going to be leveling up by 10. So I've decided what we're going to be leveling up by 10. It's going to be magic because this will help us start working towards some teleports. And that will help us get around the map a little faster. So I'm going to go do Imp Catcher to get from 1 to 9. And then I'll use this XP lamp and then we'll see where we're at from there. We have killed some imps, collected some beads, and we are now done with Imp Catcher, the first quest on the account. The Amulet of Accuracy should be our best in slot necklace at the moment. I think now that got us from 1 to 8 magic. Now we're going to use the XP lamp to get just a couple XP short of 9. And then after that we're going to go collect some runes, and then go to chickens and get to 10. Here we are with 10 magic. We have completed our task of leveling up 1 skill by 10. All I did was use some water strikes on some chickens. It took maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Let's go to the spreadsheet and see what our next task will be. Okay, so we've leveled up magic by 10. Let's go ahead and complete this task. And that is 2% of the easy tier done. Let's go ahead and generate our next one. Complete the Mauritania Easy Diary. That's an interesting one. That's going to require a lot of requirements we don't have yet. Let's do it. Here are the requirements for the Mauritania Easy Diary. I think what I'll be focusing on first is the Restless Ghost, as that's an easy quest I can knock out in just a couple minutes. And then I'll be doing Slayer, with farm runs in between tasks probably, to try and get to that 23 farming. We could probably get to 15 Slayer and 23 farming around the same time, I would estimate. Probably get that 23 farming a little bit after, that's alright. And then I'll worry about the other 2 quests, and then 18 crafting and 12 cooking. But I think I'm going to save all that for next episode. So if you like this episode, if you like this idea, like, subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.